Good morning. It is 9:30 a.m. Wednesday, October 25th, 2023. I'm Mayor Chris Martin calling to order the regular session of the Logansport Board of Public Works and Safety. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
BJ Cox. Here. Chris Martin.
Here.
Jacob Palmsall.
Here. All right, we'll start with the approval of minutes for the October 18th, 2023 meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Jacob Palmsall.
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes.
BJ Cox.
Yes.
Next is the approval of claims for $466,708.77. This includes claims for $85,796.20. Grant claims EPA 1, $1,245.48. Grant claims EPA 2, $5,141.88. Grant claims for community crossings, $96,803.60. Grant claim ARPA, the parking lot, $201,294. Grant claims sidewalk 1, $2,445.40. And grant claims for sidewalk 2, $73,982.21. I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin.
Yes.
BJ Cox.
Yes.
Jacob Palmsall.
Yes.
All right. Any public comment? Anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for us. Okay. Seeing none, we will move on to old business with Rob, starting us off this morning for the condemnation status review at 719 East Market Street. Is there anyone here to represent 719 East Market Street? Good morning. Can you state your name and the microphone for us, please?
David Nellicut, Chief Operating Officer, Blue Light Inc., Managing Director of the Legal Department, and a resident.
Hi, Deva, resident Blue Light and a resident at 719 East Market.
Okay. Rob?
So Monday, the 23rd, we did our review inspection. There has been substantial improvements in the place. There's still a lot of things is not completed or that are unfinished. One main thing is the roof. I don't know when that's going to get completed. The porch roof, balcony roof, that had unsafe part on that was pulling off the off the structure of the building. That is now safe. They have removed it. They have not completed it though. They have not finished it off. There were a few plumbing issues still. Some low pressure in one of the sinks. They got one sink and a toilet in one of the rooms that does not flush and not drain very well. We have found that the guy is using a trash can inside the room. The other restrooms, the sinks have improved as far as the drains and those. There were, I believe, 2 rooms that we did not get in to see. They claimed that they were sick or they were not there. Medicine. I did not see myself. I know I believe Dan did, but I did not see any active bed bugs or cockroaches. I seen past in the boxes that Orchid had left. They were old ones, but I didn't see any live ones myself. but I do believe Dan did. I got his report. I don't know if Dan wants to make a statement on the conditions.
I can. I'm Dan Musselman with the Cass County Health Department. I think, anybody wants to look at my report, they can, I'll acknowledge. You did see just one cockroach in the whole building, so it was in an apartment that was, probably better described as a hoarders. And definitely harbor rodents and that was just in one apartment. A great improvement. Our biggest concern right now is because it's still having residents is that we finish up the common restrooms. And make sure they have hand washing soap and towels, so we don't spread any kind of disease in the common areas or even public that come into the home. Other than that, great improvement, continuity water, like I said, we base ours on issues, risk, and hazards. Obviously, there are some issues with structure you guys are addressing that could potentially the health department has, but at this time they're not.
Very good. Thank you, Dan.
We did come across a main drain coming from second story down to story 1 in the electrical panel room that is leaking. That does need to be addressed, and it needs to be done by a plumber. I have not gotten any verifications of any plumbers that has come in and done any of the work. Is this guy next door going to do any work?
That's Roto-Rooter, they came in yesterday. They're replacing the whole pipe.
Okay.
And we want it out of sight of that utility room. I don't want water
Yeah.
anywhere near an electrical panel, and they did that very early, and I don't know what
Yeah,
the point of
electrical.
that was actually, but I'm gonna have it completely removed out of that room. I just don't feel safe with any
Okay.
kind of plumbing anywhere near any electrical. It just doesn't make any sense, so.
No.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, so we're Roto-Rooter's removing the whole thing, and they're gonna try to place that on the outside. And I was gonna have you come over when they get back over here and kinda, they're gonna be back in the morning to replace it, so I'm gonna kinda, I don't know what the rules are about pipes on the outside of a building. But really, it's the only way, and what this pipe is, it's really not a sewage pipe, it actually comes from the roof. It goes all the way up, and it's kinda like a stink pipe, it goes up, and it's a flow pipe that allows the sewage to get air. But in any event, because it's connected to sewage down at the bottom, we wanna remove that and put it somewhere else outside that room, even if I have to run it down one side of one of the apartments, So I was gonna get your expertise on that. We're also, the slow drains, we've got people that they don't have kitchens, so basically what they do is they wash their dishes out in their sinks. And, a couple soups later, and you know what, guess what, we got problems, and we went through and found that was the room that we discovered. It's the first time I've been in that room, actually, because this guy's always gone. But, other than doing the floor and the bathtub.
Thank you.
But, this connected to his sewage connects to the bottom bathroom, the common bathroom, and that's the two areas that have slow drainage. And it's probably because he's washing these soups out instead of throwing his trash away and then washing just the bowl itself. And I think he's washing it. I went in and got it cleared with some liquid fire. It took it right down, but then it brought some soup.
Is that unit 00? Is that what we're talking
It's
about?
number
No, number
15.
15.
Yeah.
And the bottom bathroom had some slow drainage, and it's all connected. It goes right straight down to that bottom bathroom connection. So when I put that in, I put some, ZEP in there, and it took it right down, and it's clear, it's open. And the toilet's flushing just fine, and we told him, basically, we gave him a warning, look, you can't be putting food down in the sinks or the toilets or anything like that. You need to throw that in the trash. And then wash your dishes in the bigger sinks that we've got in the bathroom. So he agreed to do that, so I think we've solved that problem, but
His name is Rick Eubank, and this guy does crazy things like that, so we're gonna give him written notice.
we've we've given an oral, he agreed not to wash, you know. We've had, you know, when you don't have kitchens, I mean, I understand people have to wash their dishes after, you know, to eat or whatever, but just, you know, all they gotta do is scrape the leftovers out in the trash before you wash your dish, you know what I mean? You gotta know that's a small drain. And if you gotta throw food away, why not do it in the toilet where it's gonna go down? You got a bigger hole, you know what I mean? It just makes sense. But some of these people just don't use common sense, but we've addressed that. You know, we wanted to finish it up. We wanted to have some spectacular appearance when Rob got over there, but we've got a roof going on, and we've got brand new carpet in there for the whole place. And I'd love to, I can't wait to see, that we're just down to the carpet, basically. We got a bending area in there we put in. We've done a lot of work. We put a lot of stuff up there that used to be. We did a lot of research on, it was very fascinating for me to do the research on this area because I really didn't realize that, you know, all these houses that were in this row, this district over here, were all actually the first 4 houses built in this town. I didn't know that. The halls of justice over here, the Honorable John Nelson, back in the 30s, the mayor, lived there, and that was the first house built. Then the memorial home, the Baldwin home, was the second house built. And then the beautiful funeral home there, I can't remember the name of it back then, but that was built third, and then the Hamilton house was built fourth. I always thought the Hamilton house was a name that somebody came up with later on, but it wasn't. It's actually not named after a president. It's actually R.C. Hamilton, who was a councilman here back in the early 20s and even earlier than that. And I got the building completely wrong. I guessed it at 1903, and it's actually, what is it, 1867. So it's the 4th house built. So this whole historical district right here has a lot of significance. And it's, you know, if we could get, you know, the memorial home addressed, I think, and they've done a beautiful job over here at the Nelson home. They just got done redoing that. You know, I know the painter that went in there and done all that work, and I went in and looked at that. It looks great. The church has done a lot of work right here. They've got some fantastic stuff in there, man, like an organ that goes 19 feet in the air. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. The whole area is coming up, and you know what I'm saying? I'm just proud that we're able to get in there and restore some history.
Well, obviously, there's improvements that are being made, but the plumbing permit, what are we looking at there? As far as
Rob
that
said
goes?
we didn't need a permit.
I just
for
needed the
repair.
verification of a plumber, a licensed plumber doing the work, or has looked at the building and the plumbing.
Is that something that we're gonna be able
Yeah, I'm
to
gonna
do?
get Roto-Rooter when they're done. They'll give me a bill, and I'll just forward that over to Rob.
They have to be
Roto-Rooter?
detailed description of everything that he has inspected and looked at.
And also, we're
not
gonna have,
just
we
the one
had
drain.
him check the basement, you know,
Yeah.
because there was a question about that. He's gonna write that into the bill, that there's no leaks in the basement, that, you know, everything's fine down there. So that clears that area, which Kelly had a concern with before.
Where do you think it is, Rob?
That's what I just, so with that said, I need that. I need the roof done. So Dwayne, will you scroll to the pictures, please?
You want the roof or you want?
No, I want there's some plaster there, right there. So this here, so some of this is some structural cracks, probably due to some of the roofing that's been leaking over time. So I need that roof addressed, and I need to get it done, okay? In order for me to release any of this is partial structural issue here, and it's only in one part of the room, or building. It is not in, you know, the other parts of the building, but this is a section of the building up front, towards the front, that takes some serious concern here.
Is
And
it
we
an
need
apartment or?
It's his,
Oh,
so,
in the office.
yep. So we do need to address this.
That's related to the roof.
Yeah, it could be related to the roof, and the roof needs to get addressed.
Okay.
And
Well, it
get-
sounds like we're on target with the plumbing part of it, with
Yep.
Roto-Rooter plumbers coming in to get that done. I mean, roofs can be done 2, 3, 5 days.
Yeah, we'll have it done in a few days. We've actually got most of it tore off now. So it's getting redecked today and felted so that we can take our tarps off. We won't have any leakage problems.
Is it being
Just had a lot
done
of
by
rain days.
you personally, or you
I
have
have a crew.
contract?
We have a crew running.
Okay.
I am the registered contractor through Lotusport, and it's my insurance. But I have a crew that's doing that, and they're working on it right now. I assume that that's gonna be done probably, well, we got a rain situation coming in today, so they're getting it dry, they're making sure that where they worked at this last couple of days, that they got it covered up. All this is all tore off, this whole side, and now they're over here on this side, and they got about a quarter of that tore off. And then once they do that, they can deck it in about 6 hours. It won't take long to deck it. And then they'll belt it, and then it'll be dry and safe and ready for a new roof. So I'm looking at probably about 3 or 4 days. We probably should have this roof done, given the weather. I mean, I don't know how long this rain event is. I haven't had time. I've got a lot on my plate this week. I haven't had time to look and see what the weather reports are, but I do know that our foreman, he keeps an eye on everything. He came in this morning at 7 o'clock and started, putting the tarps on. He knew it was gonna be a rain event. I didn't even know that. So, he's on it. But I'm looking at probably at the very most, given the weather, I mean, if this just is a 1-day event, we're probably looking at about, 4 or 5 days just to be done.
We have a court date coming up, as you know,
Right.
on there. So, I mean, we'd like to have this squared away
Yeah.
before, so, I mean, you've got more than 2 weeks, so would 2 weeks get this done?
Oh, yeah.
So you're comfortable with that? It's not somebody imposing?
No, and like I said, just give, subject to the weather, but I mean, I don't think it's gonna rain every day. I think, pretty much, we've got a rain day today. I'm gonna have to look at it.
Okay, I just want to have a time frame so that we can, when we get to the judge, he can say, what's going on, boys?
Yeah.
They want to know, and then we'd be able to say, Rob can see it within 2 weeks, and
Oh, yeah.
plumbers will be done within 2 weeks certifying, and then we're going to be in pretty good shape, sounds like, if the roof is done and the plumbing.
Condemnable parts, that's what we need to address. There's other things there in the building that is more certifiable, it's not condemnable. I'm more worried about the, condemnation part of it, things that would condemn a building.
Okay, well, that's our
what I'm worried about.
issue that we're going to be confronted with when we go to court on this thing, so.
Yeah, I think the certifiable part is important too. As
It is.
You're gonna be operating as a business, because it has gotten a lot better. I'm looking at 66 pass versus 56 fail on this sheet here, which, we're only at
And
54.
some of those fails this time are not like drastic fails.
Mm-hmm.
They were just little things that, like a window that just didn't get,
Yeah, but it's a pass fail, and
yeah.
it failed, and next time it may go up, but there are still those issues that need to be addressed to operate as an apartment complex.
So,
Dan, what are you wanting done? Is there anything,
Coming back with our biggest problem, I'll need to read the report. We did address dishes being done. Kitchen sink is used for dishes, not a hand sink. So when we use them for kitchen, they really need to have the work sanitized in the dry area, which they don't have. So there is a comment about it in the report that they need to encourage microwave cooking. They're not allowed to use any kind of flammable cooking in those rooms. They could use electric. We discourage that because that creates hot and something needs to be washed and you don't have the right facility to help yourself.
they've been given a copy of that?
Not yet, but they will, this one, I think Rob's does.
I can give them that one.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's a addressing here about doing dishes in the room and we would not encourage.
Yeah, I could see that would be kind of miserable to fill it up with chili in the drain, so,
Microwave, reheating, reheating foods, not cooking.
good.
I think if we, I'm not gonna.
And this is ours, that we did. that
I
Chris
thi- I
and
think,
okay.
on the court issue, if we can get a hearing set before we go to court. I don't know, you have a motion to continue filed, the judge hasn't granted that as of this morning, but I assume he probably will.
They called and said they were setting it for the 20th, because they were
20th.
coordinating a date. I assume they called Mr. Diva, because that's what the staff does. That's when you have your phone number and your email on file with your filings.
I think that if we can get the roof done, we can satisfy Rob's needs and Dan's also. We've already ordered the paper towel things. We're gonna put all that stuff in. That's easy stuff, you know. I think that if we could get another hearing set here before the court date, then maybe we could stipulate to a voluntary dismissal of that case.
I think that would be good for everybody if
Yeah.
it gets done. So
November 6th,
It's a win-win.
Rob. November 6th, inspection.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yep.
That way, November 8th, Board of Works, we can meet and hopefully be done with
the
this.
date is November 20th, which I think is a Monday at 1:30 in the afternoon in Kokomo as it stands right now.
So November 6th, we'll give you plenty of time to where if there's anything that we need to finish up, we can. We've got time to do that.
Is the 20th.
Yes, the new court date. At least that's what they told my staff.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot they've got that Cass County, Howard County and Cass County thing going on, and it's
Yep.
all kinda slow.
It's very.
Appreciate your guys' work on this.
Looking at the 8th.
Getting things
for them
corrected.
to come back to the Board of Works.
Looking good.
If the
So hopefully
inspection's
November
the
6th, the inspection will go just fine.
So we set this.
Can I make a public
Eight.
comment about a building near us?
Sure.
I mean, I know it's not relative to this, but the memorial home, we actually originally had plans to buy that, and we were trying to buy it. You know, Randy showed it to us, we went through the whole thing. I did an estimate on that whole building, and,
Let's just take one bite at a time here.
I checked it with Steinberger, I checked with a couple contractors, and I ran some quotes, and the court case on that says that it's a $2 million renovation. And I come up with just a little over 500 grand. Just wanted to mention that.
Well-
Steinberger, Jim.
Depends on what you're getting bids on, because to get it accessible for handicap, there's a
Oh,
whole,
and that hill and all that, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the reason why we've kind of backed out of it. And the foundation problems, you know, that's happened since I've looked at it. There's some serious foundation problems, like the main support in the front.
Oh, yeah.
It's severed, completely severed, and it's gonna come down eventually or something, you know, at some point in time. So that wasn't the point back then, but $2 million, I mean, that's way out there. That's
So
in our space.
we're working on that. We've got some quotes on stabilizing it. So the biggest point at this stage with the memorial home is to stabilize it for the winter,
Right.
so that we can get back to it in the spring and continue to fundraise and do other things to get it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful building. It's a shame to see that.
Absolutely. I agree.
Condition.
I agree. Absolutely.
And it's it's the second house built in this town.
Good to know.
That's very interesting. That whole history is,
You did. You gave us quite the history lesson. I'll tell you that. Awesome. Well, thank you. We will see you November 6th. Rob will inspect, and then November 8th.
All right.
Board of Works. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It'll be at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
Yep.
have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
yeah, Dan can be with you on that. That'd probably be a good
All right.
district.
I'll make a motion to continue the condemnation of 719 East Market Street with the inspection on November 6th and the hearing on November 8th.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jake Bumfall.
Yes.
All right, moving on to new business contracts and agreements, software development. Did he leave? Oh. Okay. Software development agreement, E-Tech Computer Solutions. Rob?
Should have just stayed up here.
I know.
Yeah, so E-Tech Computer Services, they are going to take our iWorks data permits and put them all into organization to where we can actually pull them back up and actually see everything, see all the inspections, see all the pictures, and put them all in order. So when they sent that to us, it was all We had year 2015 and another year, and all separated from each other. And so we are gonna have E-Tech, put it all together so we can actually have it on record, and we can pull them up and look at and see who has permits and who's done what.
And so the 4,000 that you're paying this from,
That
Dwayne,
is, and that is a
right.
deduction of from Geo, that when they was to migrate those, that iWorks over to them, we was not going to be happy with what they were going to provide us with, so they are deducting that off that cost of that system. And so that money is sitting there. I've talked to Dwayne about it. It is there, sitting, so.
good. Well, I know Monday we had talked about it, so, but we're good.
Yeah.
So where's that? Okay.
Yep.
Very good. I'll make a motion to approve the software development agreement with E-Tech Computer Services.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Jacob Pumsall,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. Thanks, Rob. Yep. All right, Shearer Printing and Office Solutions, Sales and Service Agreement, Maintenance Agreement, Chief Heichman. Good morning.
Yeah, this is for an additional copier that was purchased for our detective division, and then the service plan that goes along with it.
This is already in the budget then?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the Shearer Printing and Office Solutions Sales and Service Agreement.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Pumsall,
Yes.
BJ Cox.
Yes.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Applications for curb street cut. Tony? Good morning.
Yeah, the first two are both in the right of way, both to repair minor gas leaks.
Make a motion to approve the applications for curb street cut for 2308 Smead Street and 3055 East Market Street.
Second it.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Jacob Pumsall.
Yes.
All right, 2825 East Market Street.
And this one is also to repair a minor gas leak, but in the alley.
Make a motion to approve the application for curb street cut for 2825 East Market Street.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Jacob Pumsall,
Yes.
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, city street closure request for the Cass County Veterans Council's Veterans Day Parade on the 11th of November, 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Correct. Yeah, this is the Veterans Day Parade. They've got all the proper paperwork filed, so I have no problem with that.
All right. Make a motion to approve the city street closure request for the Cass County Veterans Council Veterans Day Parade on November 11th at 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
BJ Cox,
Yes.
Jacob Pumsall,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thanks,
Tony. All right, Code Enforcement's weekly report. Randy? Your phone's working? Your phone's working?
Not yet. Not yet.
Of course.
We are having,
All
we
right.
have the computer working, so we're getting there. That's why the numbers are lower this week, so. Had 15 violations last week. Had 15 new violations last week. We had 20 that were cleared from the week before. I had no citations sent out. We had 4 container warnings. I didn't tag any cars last week. And we had no new grass. That's done. I'm happy about that. No new notices to appear of properties being brought in or property cleanups. So,
You're good. I'll make a motion to approve the code enforcement's weekly report.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
BJ Cox.
Yes.
Thanks, Randy.
Thanks, Randy.
Board member comments. BJ?
I'm good.
Deputy?
Nothing.
Okay, all right. Miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. All right, seeing none, I'll make a motion to adjourn at 10 a.m.
Second.
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
BJ Cox.
Yes.
We're adjourned. Have a great day. Jan and Randy, please stick back, please.